Welcome to CI in 5, a place to get energized by your favorite continuous improvement practitioners as they take on the challenge of sharing what continuous improvement means to them in 5 minutes or less and in 5 words or less. Think of it kind of like a kata geek going on a speed date. I know, right? This is gonna be good. Let's do this. Melissa, Wiley, thank you so much for joining me on CI in 5 today.
Thank you so much for having me, Sam.
Well, hey, y'all, if you're not connected with Melissa, what the heck is your problem? Get connected with her on LinkedIn. We'll get you all that information, of course, at the end. She is the Deputy Town Administrator in Erie, Colorado, and she has got a super unique perspective on continuous improvement. She practices continuous improvement in a people-centered way in the public sector. So I'm so excited to hear all about her perspective on continuous improvement. So Melissa, let's get right to it. What is your CI in 5?
So for me, the CI in 5 is a better workplace, is a better life, is a better world, is a better community.
That is really cool. So tell me more about that. What kind of story do you have or experience that kind of has brought that home for you?
Yeah, so I think in the local government space with continuous improvement, people have to interact with local government in all sorts of ways. Whether you're adopting an animal at an animal shelter, whether you're renewing at the DMV, and all of that is time away from your life. So if our processes aren't good and they're not clear, that takes away from your life and what you need to do. And it also takes away from your trust in government. So one of my favorite quotes was from a former boss of mine, but she said, "Trust is won in the details." And if you're good on the details, people win trust on the larger things. So for me, continuous improvement in local government space is really looking at those details, because if we're smart on the details, we can win trust when it really matters for bigger things.
Wow, I like that trust is in the details, and that does totally fit in with continuous improvement and paying attention to what's going on in the little spaces, because that's going to reveal what's happening at a bigger picture. So I'm curious for you, with a continuous improvement practitioner like myself or others who are new to the practice, what kind of advice would you have to help grow or encourage in our practice?
I think the biggest thing I've learned in continuous improvement is to put the people first and to really think through if someone is resistant to something or if something is broken, really pick apart why that is and what the root cause is. And oftentimes people go straight for the data, or they go straight for the Gantt chart, or all these cool tools that we learn, which are really great. And they forget that under all of that are human relationships that are often fractured. And so that's why I like that trust is one in the details, because if you and I are really clear with each other and we have a really clear process and we have really clear outcomes, we'll actually reduce our conflict. When those things start to fall apart, our conflict escalates and the stories we make up about each other escalate. So oftentimes what looks like just a straight process problem has a lot of damaged conflict relationships behind it. Fixing that all comes together with the process. So I never want people to sacrifice the people for the tools, because they're actually really intertwined, but one can help fix the other. And so keeping them close together is really important.
Your picture of a fracturing is really sticking with me from what you're describing there. And I think too, the idea of go hard on the process, not the people. So that's great. I love that focus there on the people. Now, when it comes to someone like yourself or maybe others who've been practicing continuous improvement for some time, or just people who are stuck in their practice of continuous improvement, what kind of encouragement would you get them to spark up their practice again?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to get frustrated with this work. And what can happen is it doesn't go as fast as you would like, or it doesn't show the improvement as fast as you would like. And what I see happen to folks is then they think, well, continuous improvement doesn't really work, or it's not really the silver bullet everyone thinks it is. And I think one of the things to keep in mind is any large problem we've had, it can take just as long or longer to correct it. So, just because I always think of having a baby, and people are always like, I've had a baby, when do I get back to normal? Well, you were pregnant for 9 months. That's a long time. And then a small child is a long time. And so all these things in our life that are actually really important, they take a long time. So I think the bigger thing is to find small wins and to sort of break it down bit by bit and see where you want to be in a certain time, and not think because something didn't come to fruition right away that it just doesn't work. It is working, but all good things take a little time, and it's our patience that needs work.
I like your theme across here, the details, small steps. Think of the phrase, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So being able to see the change over time is really important. So that's good stuff there. I'm thinking too, you've been practicing it a lot in terms of continuous improvement. I'm seeing all across LinkedIn and even our short time here getting to know you that you've got a lot of energy and joy around continuous improvement. But what in your experience brings you the most joy about continuous improvement?
What brings me the most joy is seeing people find value in their work. We spend a lot of time at work. I think the people who practice continuous improvement who are the worst they focus too much on like the nitty gritty of the tools. I think the best focus on why do we come to work? Why is work valuable? What are we hoping to do? When people go to work and they see that their work produces value, it invigorates them. It makes them want to continue to improve and do new things. So my joy really comes from unlocking the joy in other people and seeing them unleash their value onto the world. I like to think of people at work as almost like presents. And when we see them, they're boxed up and they're in wrapping paper. A good continuous improvement practitioner unwraps the package to see what's inside and doesn't just leave a bunch of sort of boxes and paper, because each one of those is some really cool gift for the organization. And I think the best practitioners bring out the gifts in other people and put them in the right seats to do really good work.
Well, hey, y'all, if you're not connected with Melissa, now you know why you need to be. That's a beautiful picture of what a great continuous improvement practitioner does. It opens up the person as a gift to give to the organization, their community, their family. Thank you so much for sharing. If you're not connected with Melissa, do it right away. Get connected with her on LinkedIn. Melissa, thanks for being here on CIN 5 today. It's been a super big pleasure.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for CIN 5, the place to get your shot of inspiration and wisdom to move you forward on your continuous improvement journey. And for more inspiration, join the Live on Purpose LinkedIn group. We are a diverse community that supports each other to find and live out our purpose every day, and we would love to add your voice to our family. Join now by clicking the link in today's post. Until next time, when we invite another one of your favorite lean thinkers to share their CIN 5, stay calm and Kaizen.